Hey folks, here to do a quick video. As I've expressed in my last couple of videos, I got a new GoPro for Christmas and I'm still trying to figure out how to use this stupid thing. It's going to be awesome when I figure it out, but in the meantime it's kind of a trial. Anyway, there's no LED, so you kind of just point it in your general direction and hope it's pointing at you. But it's a wide angle lens, so you know it probably is, and so far I haven't run into that problem where I was missing what I was trying to video. Couple of things I'm reviewing today. These were stocking stuffers my wife, amazing wife Laura, got me for Christmas. One is a Strikeforce mini Flint sparker with lanyard, right here. And the other is a survival card tool .5, right here. Okay, she got both of these, and I asked her, which is kind of improper to ask where you got your Christmas presents and how much you paid for them, but I kind of had to for this video. This striker, it's a Ferro rod, was $8. This survival card tool, she said, was about $3. And my son and I, my oldest son and I, and my youngest son too, coming up, but mostly my oldest son and I, Kenneth, we're into the outdoorsy kind of thing. You know, we like to go out and plink in the woods and goof around and camp and whatever, fish, and this kind of stuff is, you know, something we're very interested in. So I'm going to do a quick review on these things. There's not a whole lot to them. They're pretty simple devices, so the review won't take very long. One thing I did want to cover, and this is a review, and it's not in the package, but I want to cover Rite in the Rain notebooks. Okay, a lot of people have never heard of these, and we actually had vendor competitions here at our warehouse. We're still having them. Whoever brings in the most calipers or alternators or starters or whatever that sells us, you know, I buy used auto parts for a living to be remanufactured, and whoever brings us the most of a specific product line that month gets a gift package. And one of the things we give away is the Rite in the Rain all-weather notebooks. The people we deal with are out in salvage yards, pulling parts in the middle of summer, 95 degrees, 100 degrees, 105 degrees. They're sweating like crazy. And you typically take a notebook, and at the end of the day, the thing is a soggy mess that just falls apart in your hands. You can buy the same size notebook, 3 for $1 at Dollar Tree, but it's a soggy mess at the end of the day. This notebook, I believe, was developed initially for surveyors who get caught in the rain all the time. You don't want to lose your data. The paper is water impregnable. You can take this thing, drop it in a sink full of water, take it out, give it a good shake, and it's bone dry. If you write on it with pencil or non-smearing ink, and there's pens that go along with this if you want to use ink instead of pencil, you can write this on there and your stuff is there forever. They are more pricey. You're talking 3 for $1 at the Dollar Tree, something that won't last you. These things, $5 to $6 a piece. Now, it used to be you could only buy them at the Rite in the Rain store. Now you can buy them on Walmart.com. If you initially go to Rite in the Rain's website, just search Rite in the Rain, R-I-T-E in the Rain, and go to their website, see what you're looking for, and there's hundreds of different styles for any different purpose. Find the one you like, and then go see if Walmart sells it. If they do, you'll get it cheaper. If not, well, buy it from Rite in the Rain. It's worth the money. This is an awesome thing. Okay, so that little product review is over. Let's get back to the Ferro rod and the survival tool. So now, let me turn this thing down. Hopefully I'm aiming it right. Alright. From the angle, it appears that I'm going in the right direction. This is a Strikeforce mini Flint sparker with lanyard. Okay. Let's pop this thing open. Okay. Now we're going to turn this thing around. The thing I like about this, without even opening the package, is the fact that, well, maybe I can get it out of the knot it's in. Well, let's not do that. Is that the actual striker is the cover for the unit itself. I may have to undo it. Nope, not. So this thing actually compacts down to just that. Not a whole lot bigger than a tube of chapstick. Alright? Now, there's not much to go with a striker. I did watch Big Bear Homestead. He had bought a load of these things in bulk, made in China, which you can see. Hopefully you can see. This one says made in China. Alright, the problem he was having, and he returned them, was that the striker, or not the striker, the actual ferro rod itself was coming loose from the handle. Okay, I'm pulling on this joker, nothing coming loose. It's not coming out. So that's good in this point. Now, these things come with a coating. I don't know if this is oxidation or if it's painted on at the factory. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that to figure out what it is. But when you get these, you're going to want to use a striker to scratch that coating off, because the coating itself won't strike. So the first few times you hit it, you're not doing anything. That coating is not going to strike. So you get a little bit of that off. Okay, I'm not starting a fire here. Okay, you can see that? Yeah, I moved everything flammable out of the way. But you can see, okay, the number one tool, or the number one job of this tool is to create a magnesium spark, and you just saw it does. So we're good there. One thing I do like about it, well, several things I like about it, it's inexpensive. This would not be your primary fire starter. This would be something you would put in your pack and as a backup. You could use it as your primary. It works. It does not come loose. It's compact. It has a lanyard, will hang around your neck. It's bright orange, which, you know, you guys don't know me personally, but I leave crap laying all the time and have to go back, scratch my head going, okay, where did I lay that thing down at last? Bright orange is good for me, trust me. And other people I know, so I'm sure some of you folks, bright orange is very good. And the thing I like the most is the fact that the striker is actually the cap for the unit. So it's compact. The company that makes this, or that sells this, is Ultimate Survival Technologies out of Jacksonville, Florida. Again, it's made in China, but marketed by Ultimate Survival Technologies. And I've got nothing bad to say about this unit. I like it. So take that as you will. I do like it. Like I said, it would not be my primary. It's kind of smallish as far as a ferro rod goes, but it'll start a fire. Who cares, right? Okay, so let's set that aside. Now the next thing is the survival card tool. I have not used this. Obviously it's still in the package. Let's pop this thing out. It comes with a sheath to keep it in there, like a little credit card pouch kind of thing. Alright, if I can get it in there. There you go. Okay. Now, it comes with, let's look at the back side here. If you can see this, you might want to pause it and read it, I don't know. It's got 11 different tools. It's actually 10 different tools. One of them I really take issue with. But 11 different tools. Okay. Tool A, knife edge. And considering the thickness of this deal, it's not an 1/8 of an inch thick, but pretty darn close to it. Considering the thickness, I would say, okay, that will work as a knife edge in a pinch. It is not, you can see, it is not a sharp knife edge, but you could use it to cut something. Not sure what you cut with it. You could actually probably hone it and come up with a fairly sharp knife edge, but don't count that. Okay, B, flathead screwdriver. That's this point here. Well, yeah, that'll work just fine as a flathead screwdriver. And all of us have at some point, I'm sure, been, you know, messing around in the house, not wanting to go out in the garage, not wanting to go to the toolbox, and you needed a quick screwdriver. That will work. Pretty basic. Okay, C, bottle opener. That's about as simple as it gets. I have to excuse my fingernails. I've been buying auto parts all week and I have not scrubbed them down yet. Look at that. Pretty nasty, eh? Check it out. And I think I've got permanent grease stains on my hand. Anyway, that's a great bottle opener. Okay, that works. Ruler, 4 centimeters. Okay, now, let's talk reality. Who has ever used anything like this as a ruler, and who has ever measured anything? Now, I'm talking United States. Who has ever measured anything in centimeters? And if you had something to measure, would you really be measuring only 4 centimeters? Okay, completely useless, or nearly completely useless. But it's on there. There's some good stuff too. I'm not just slamming this thing. There's some good stuff. Okay, 4-position hex wrench. They're talking about this thing right here. Now, this actually does work. And I've been messing around on birthdays and special occasions with kids' toys and stuff, and there's a 8mm, 10mm, or whatever that you've got to take off, and you can't torque something that small that tight. So you can actually use this, and this is a smaller version. I'm just looking at the size and saying that would be a 5.5 to a 7mm size here, and this would be 8mm on up to maybe 10 or 11mm. Either way, you could use this for that. You could, stick it down on there and turn it. You're good to go. So that's a good thing about this. If you're in a pinch, can't find a tool, can't find a wrench, this is in your wallet, you're good to go. Direction ancillary indicator. Alright, that's section F, which is here, your circle. Okay, now, take a look at this. And they're using fancy words here, but ancillary means backup, support. Those are the synonyms for ancillary. Okay, now, this is saying, okay, well, you can use this for direction finding. And you can. It would seriously be a backup. Say you took a fix with your compass. You found true north. You know where you're heading, and then you dropped your compass in the river. You could use this. Say this notch up here at the very top, you see the cutout. That's north. It's graduated, so you got 90 degrees, 180, 270, 360, and you've got multiple graduations in between. So you could actually use this as a backup to steer yourself if your compass was destroyed. I would not use this as your primary means of direction. Matter of fact, I'm not sure how you would use this as your primary means of direction, but it could be used as a backup, so we're good there. They did say ancillary, figuring on most people not looking up what ancillary means. Anyway, but it's a good backup. It's a doable backup, let's call it that. Alright, now, 2-position hex wrench. Oh, that's the little one down here, the 5.5 to 7mm. Okay, this one is the one I have issue with. This is number 11. Right there? The lanyard hole. Okay, you really can't count a lanyard hole as part of an 11-in-1 toolkit. A lanyard hole is not a tool. Anyway, I digress. Okay, saw blade. It's actually, I like this part the best. If you're stuck and you don't have a saw, you've got nothing to work with, this is actually a very good counter grind saw bit. You can actually cut small wood with this. Not large wood, of course, because you're talking about 1 3/4 there, but it'll cut. Okay, butterfly wrench. Here's another one I don't understand. This slot here, they're calling a butterfly wrench. Now, there's 2 kinds of butterfly wrenches that I'm familiar with, and I've been tinkering with cars since I was 14 years old, which is very long time ago. Anyway, I'm 49, so you do the math. And there's only 2 kinds I'm familiar with. One is an air tool, not this, and the other one is it's a hex wrench. If you're familiar with what a line wrench is, use it for hydraulics and stuff. And a butterfly wrench that I'm familiar with is something like the handles of scissors. It opens up, you set it around the hex nut, and then you shut it, and then you put a ratchet or a breaker bar into it, and that opens up. I really don't know what they mean here. There may be a good use for this, but honestly, I just can't tell. And the one I like the very best, the reason this will be in my backpack, is the can opener. Right here. That is a good can opener. I don't have to try it. I can tell you by looking at it. Unless you've got, and there's not much you're going to be that's smaller than this unless you're carrying a P38, military issue can opener. You're not going to do much better than the size of this thing as far as a can opener, and this is going to do the job. So overall, I would give this thing maybe a 75% rating. It has usefulness. Some of the stuff is no. You know, direction finding? No, not really. Lanyard hole? Of course not. You know, the knife, it would take some serious honing to make it a usable knife, but you could do it. The saw blade is great. The can opener is great. The hex tools, if you had the opportunity to use them, they're fine. You know, the ruler, garbage. But anyway, for the price, $3, you can't hurt yourself by throwing this in your backpack, and it will probably come in very handy. So anyway, that is the end of my review for today, and I would like to thank all you guys for watching my channel and participating. If you saw anything that you liked, please like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of outdoor videos here, hopefully starting March when fishing season kicks in. And anyway, thanks folks, and y'all have a great day, and have a very happy new year. God bless.